I was going to open this up and share it with you all. So let me do so. As you hear, the wind is rather active tonight. So let's see, how does this... Alrighty, it is 2017 and up M8 Chrome Touring Header without shields for 2017 and up M8 Touring models. That's what I have is a Touring model. So, well, oh, there we go. Now this is a set of head pipes. These are what come out of the motor and go to the muffler. Let me change where you are located. As you can see, it is a 114 cubic inch M8 motor. Currently has the stock heat shields and headers, 2 into 1, and down there's over the cross there. That is a set of headers. And down on the bottom of the box, we have these are trying to think of the word, the plugs for the bung holes for the different sizes on the darn it, now I can't remember what the name of them are. Anyway, yes, I'm looking at my phone because I can see what I'm doing. They're set up for the 18 millimeter on the, dadgummit, I am drawing a complete blank. Anyway, they send the hardware to plug whichever size you're not using. So I'm going to continue using the stock. I might eventually go up to the 18 millimeter for better air-fuel ratio readings. And which way does this darn box open? Yes, you have to be smarter than the box. I'm going to guess yes, I realize I'm cutting towards myself instead of away. All right, here is the parts kit. You have new gaskets, crush washers for both sides on the dadgummit, I'm drawing a complete blank. What? Anyway, I'm going to have to redo this, I'm pretty sure. Oh well. Just because I cannot remember the name of what the hell those damn things are called. So, this is it. I'm going to reseal this, put everything back into the box, reseal the box until I'm ready to actually install this, because I'm not ready to install it. I'll probably do another. So everybody and their brother has started doing their motorcycle washing videos for the year. Yeah, I washed my motorcycle. I didn't video it. Instead, what I'm going to be doing is changing out the stock headers on my motorcycle for a set of tab performance 2 into 1 into 2 headers, and show you what I'm talking about. But these part that comes out of the heads goes to exhaust is what I'm going to be replacing. Now, in order to do that, I have to remove both mufflers, the crossover piece, the covers for the current headers, and then remove the oxygen sensors. Now, these are the stock sensors. They're 12 millimeter normal oxygen sensors. They're not the wideband sensors. I've got those two, one there, and then one right back in there. You can probably see it. Yes, I washed my motorcycle. Is it perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. So, let me put you on pause for a minute while I get my motorcycle moved a little bit further from the edge of the concrete so I can sit next to it. Hold on, please. Now, because I rolled it too far forward, I had to put the seat on because I'm going to have to ride it back around and obviously warm things up a little bit. But you'll get to hear the current exhaust headers and have something to compare it to once I get the new headers on. And quite frankly, it doesn't sound bad, but that cat gets real hot. So let me get turned around or pulled back over so that I can sit on the concrete while working on this. Alright, let's keep the exhaust from getting overly hot. But there you go. Give me a moment. Let's see. We'll be taking all that stuff off. You can see I have my lift underneath the motorcycle by a little bit just to straighten things up. Now we're going to start with removing the mufflers, and then we'll take off the pipe covers, the header covers. I give them time to cool off because, quite frankly, I don't feel like burning my hands. I love y'all. No. So I'll be back. Son of a... Hi. Now I've succeeded in removing the old head pipes. These are said head pipes. These spots here are where the O2 sensors go. Now, in order to keep these pieces that hold the head pipe in place up against the cylinder, we have to reuse these. Now, if I thought about it, I would have just ordered more of these when I ordered my head pipes from Tab Performance. Now, the head pipe I just received from Tab is an exact replacement, I think is what they call it. I'm not sure. But it's a 2 into 1 into 2. Just like my stock head pipe. The only difference is that right there is pretty solid. That therefore restricts the flow of your exhaust gases and causes that to heat up. Now I'm going to have to put on a pair of gloves before I touch this because I don't want to get any type of fingerprints or anything from my oils in my skin on my new head pipes. Hold on one moment. Alright, so I collected my Rubber gloves. Should have been wearing these the entire time, but it's starting to get warm outside, so I prefer not to bake in my own juices, cook my own juices, what have you. Now, we have to reuse the original O2 sensors, which came from Harley. They are not a wideband sensor. Hold on one moment. Sorry, I had to get some liquid refreshment. And no, it's not alcoholic. Hello? No, it's too hot. But anyway, we'll be reusing the original O2 sensors, which are the 12 millimeter variety, which goes, let me show you this. This is for the wideband. This is an 18 millimeter. This is for narrowband, original. It's 12 millimeter. 12, 18. Plugs for those particular bungs. Now, I'm going to use the wideband sensor at this point in time. I'm going to say at this point in time. So I will, there's no easier than me. I will take a power gasket and each another bung plug. I will start with the front head pipe and one rear head pipe. Now, those are, I'm not sure what size those are. Excuse me. Oh, their size this is. What size? Oh, very good. Sorry, I'm not the neighbor's dogs who tend to not get along with the neighbors right now. Alright, so that bung plug is installed. Now, what next? And make sure you do not cross-thread these things. As far as the original O2 sensors, you're going to have to place on them. Done and done. Now, those right there are the narrowband oxygen sensors. You don't want to touch those. No matter how nasty they look, no matter how dirty they look, don't want to touch them. You notice that they both have different length cables and different color plugs. Black plug goes on the rear sensor. Notice it has the shorter cable. White plug goes on the front sensor. So we will, or I will go ahead and get these installed. Yeah, don't even dare clean those up, because that will screw up its readings and throw everything all out of whack. And it's a 14 millimeter. Now, all the folks I've seen doing these on YouTube and such are what is the word I'm trying to think of? I'm afraid I cannot think of it. Whatever it was. Oh, that's it. They're always talking about how you should put blue or anti-seize on threads of your oxygen sensors. Now, I did not do so. I do not have any anti-seize. I don't have any blue Loctite, which means that I'm eventually going to have to go through all these bolts and things that I have removed and put blue Loctite on them. Now, when you're putting these on with these clips, this part goes on first, because you notice that this side is perfectly flat. That's the side that faces out. This side, which has this lip in here, which is where that piece right there rides, keeps the tip of the manifold from coming out of that. And because we are reusing these, there. Fit that back over you to keep crap from getting into you until we're ready. Slide you over there. We will start to slide you over the tip of the header. I tell you, these things are definitely a little on the crusty side. Definitely going to need to redo this again so that I can replace them with new units. There. That's on there properly. And when we fit these back onto the head studs. Those will stay in place very nicely. All right, now these are the new head gaskets. Notice that this edge is thin, this edge is thick and flat. This is the side that goes in up against the head. This side, the concave, is the side that the header fits in. It creates a seal, keeps your exhaust where it belongs, and we'll be back. So welcome back. All right, now, please excuse my mess, but currently I have all the tools and things that I have utilized. Now, these ends here have to go up in those little hollows right here. But before that happens, I have to pull the old gasket materials out, which is what I'm going to do right now. Now, I'd hope not to be sitting on the concrete doing this stuff today, but, you know, best laid plans. Now the back gasket doesn't look bad, but we're going to go ahead and remove it and replace it. The front gasket looks a little damaged, so, and by attempting to remove the old gaskets, yes, I damaged the old gasket. So one old gasket, and this is going to be the fun one, because this is a little more difficult to get into. And there we go. Yep. Just a little crushed on the bottom edge. I do believe that the gaskets provided by Tab Performance are actually a little bit better than the stock ones. All right, let me grab these. Yes, they appear to have a little bit wider base and a little bit more conical than the stock ones from Harley. All right, gotta make sure that now that original gasket material is left in, and these just press right into place, right like so. Now, actually appears to sit a little bit deeper inside the cavity as well. So that's kind of interesting. And we'll slide this one on into its new home over here on the front cylinder. All right. Now, they both appear to be properly emplaced. Before I forget to plug you back in. Not exactly sure what you were, but I'll use you as a securing point for the oxygen sensor cable. looking at the route that the oxygen sensor originally took for the front cylinder. So I'm sure that I put the sensor wire back in place properly. Now, rear cylinder, front cylinder oxygen sensor, rear cylinder oxygen sensor, crossover, and muffler. Alright, so this should just... Okay, making sure that those are... So we will let those two now the flanges need to I am going to throw a flange nut on real quick. To go ahead and keep that one in place while I over here to the front cylinder and get the flanges and the flange nuts properly aligned. Okay. You need to push all the way up there. Oh, I guess it would help if the header were actually where it belongs. Yes? It might make a difference about being able to fit the flanges in place. You know, the header's actually got to be in the opening to the front cylinder. I know, silly me, right? All right, so we've got one flange nut there. Now I'm only going to finger tighten the flange nuts for now until I can take the time and get them properly seated Now, part of what needs to be done, hi there, is that this bracket needs to be properly installed. Now this is the beauty of this particular header set, is that I'm reusing the OEM brackets and heat shields. Now, while I've been letting you sit there and fester, I've been checking my fit and finish, making sure that everything is fitting back where it belongs. Now, I have not tightened down any of the bolts to hold things into place. I'm probably going to end up zip tying. Well, maybe. Let me make sure you're actually in the clip where you belong. All right, so everything is, sorry for the squeak. Okay, it's that. Anyway, check the fit. Make sure everything is going to be routed correctly. Here are the oxygen sensor tips. Remember, black in back, white in front. And don't make anything stupid out of that, okay? It's just the way the plugs are set up. Sorry. Oh, I needed that. Now the other thing I need is to go ahead and put this hanger back together, which I had to disassemble it to take it back off. Oh, don't give me this. Come on, there you go. Sometimes I wonder about engineers. Don't get me wrong, I love engineers. World couldn't get along without them. Whether you like to think that or not. So I will go ahead and start putting things together loosely, because the last thing I gotta do is put those guards back on here. Oh, by the way, tab left little spots where you can put the shroud pieces that hold it in place back here. Just don't have to worry about spacers. Okay. All right, now need to go ahead and pull this cap here off, which we've never pulled off because that's where, this right here, is the crossover piece. There's the crossover piece. See? One side to the other. That's why it's called a crossover piece. I know, quit acting like everybody's stupid. You're not stupid. And I know this. But I, on the other hand, might be. So I can go here. Go ahead. Spread those out a little bit. So we can get the crossover piece onto that. Now, okay. What do you got? Yes, everything there. You notice it's got a little bit spread out there. No. This is going to be fun. I may have to get straight on my hand glass on real quick. I realize that my pry bar is a little bit overkill, but sometimes that's what you need, is a little bit of overkill. Apparently, when I brought that, I didn't bring anything else. There we go. Ugh. I wonder why I was having problems with that. Now, shall we try this again? There we go. Oh, nice. Nicely done, my man. Nicely done. You are, I believe, exactly where you need to be. Now, this bracket here needs to trying to get everything to properly line up. Well, this is going to be a pain in my butt. Okay. Yes, I tend to hum when thinking, okay, I know what I need to do now. I do believe. There we go. Have you started? All right. Very good. Now, everything is still loose. We'll go ahead and plug the oxygen sensors back in. That one. And that one. Oxygen sensors are now plugged back in. Now these two capped off things, I'm pretty sure are for like the alarm system, which, because I'm cheap and, you know, one of the poors, I cannot afford said CBO. Which is what comes with the alarm system and automatic locking or remote locking for the bags. I do believe I'm going to have to put a zip tie around you, my friends. Good thing I brought my bag of zip ties. Now, obviously, these are not Harley zip ties. I don't even think Harley uses Harley zip ties, quite frankly. What a waste. I apparently zip tied it too tight. Okay, you're a drain tube. You do not need to be zip tied. But you do. Of course, you know, zip ties get old and brittle, just like people do. Maybe old, but I'm not dead. That's a fellow I follow out of Australia. Pretty damn cool. I think he's my age, maybe a little bit older. Not sure. Now, I know I had a set of side cuts. All right, well, we'll leave that sticking out. Yes, my wife loves me. She brought me out some ice water in an insulated mug and asked her, you know, where's my iced tea? She hasn't made my iced tea yet. That'll be ready tomorrow, which is sweet. Yes, I'm drinking my soda room temperature or ambient temperature. All right, we're not ready to... What do you belong to? Oh, you belong to the other side. I was going to say, oh shit, what did I do now? So we're going to spray a little bit of blaster into the Vance and Hines pipes before we put them on, and then we'll move to the other side. I'll be back. Alright, so I have to move you because I have to put my bag protector back on because it holds my muffler in place. So have to move you around a little bit. Have to move all this other shit around a little bit. I'm just getting too old for this shit. I really am. Okay, so you go up here. You Yes, I know, I'm an old man. Grunt, 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 groan. Grunt, grunt, groan, I know. Alright, so there's that one. And this one goes here. Sorry. And this one goes right here. Now, I need my handy dandy fella here, and I need to find my other handy dandy fellas. You are the T40. You, I believe, go right there. And you go right there. So we tighten you up. And then we grab the T45. I know you all just love looking at my legs, don't you? T45. And the 9/16. Tighten you down. Tighten you down. Tighten you down. All right, now I've got those things put up. Now we have to finish installing the crossover and the muffler on this side, and then we have to adjust where they fit so that everything looks good. Here, y'all want to see this? I'm gonna bring you over. Oh, I'm almost out of room on the SD card. So this is the muffler. Muffler slides onto crossover pipe. Now, I think I'm gonna need to go get my PB blaster for this side too. Maybe not. Anyway, I'll be back in a little while. Take care, all.